Hey, friends. All right, so this is the second half of the tell off for 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. And I just want to talk about one couple in particular, but we're just going to hurry up and go really quickly with this. So, Violet and Riley. Um, Violet was pregnant with Violet. All right, I'm gonna believe this. I know it sounds bad, but like a part of me kind of figured that she was gonna go with the miscarriage route. And I don't want to seem like that type of person. I've never been pregnant. I don't know how that feels. I'm sure it's very traumatic in so many ways. But there's just something about Violet that I'm giving a real side eye with her. So, yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. So she said she was pregnant, but she suffered from a miscarriage. And then everybody was just like, at all. And then Riley was just like, yo, it's like so hard for me to even just kind of like relate to her because she hasn't been talking to me. She hasn't told me anything. And long story short, Violet is going to be in the US. They didn't say an actual date, maybe in a couple of months or so. And her and Riley are going to meet up. I was like, Riley, if you meet up with this woman, you better make sure you use protection and you control yourself. Because the last thing you want is to be in another situation like this and you're just going to have egg on your face and it's just going to be a whole big thing. Like, we do not need this. And honestly, I really don't want them back on this show. I'm good. I'm good. The fact that like Riley was just like yelling at her, like when he was like in Korea, was just like, you lied, you lied. Like, I just didn't like it. Like, I just didn't like it at all. Like, just. Ugh. And then like Riley's friend left and was just like, find love. Like, girl, you wanted to have a moment so bad. It was giving parched. Real parched. All right, so then I'm like, do I want to talk about this couple right now? We're going to go out of order a little bit. Gino and Jasmine talked about the prenup. Okay. She doesn't want a prenup. She doesn't want to be out on the street. Gino was just like, yeah, prenup would be like great for us, whatever. Then fast forward to David and Sheila. David and Sheila, this couple, they're so, oh. So the goal for them two was to get married in the Philippines. But if they were to get married in the Philippines, it would take them like 3 to 4 years to actually like have Sheila come to the US. So he spoke with these attorneys and they mentioned that the best bet is to do the K1 visa. All right, do the K1 visa. How long that's going to take? 1 to 2 years max. They already filled out the paperwork and everything. And so they're just like, we're just going to have to do it. We're just going to have to wait. I love him. Da 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 da. Sheila has her own little like kind of low key is giving a bodega in the Philippines, right? She said they sell coffee and chips. I was like, oh, she got a bodega. So she calls it the Sheila and David Shasha. Like, I was just like, okay, that's cute. Like, businesses or whatever. I wonder if David's getting a cut from it. Oh yeah, and also David built a new home for her family, which was like so nice and sweet. I knew he was gonna. I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it. You married this woman and you're not gonna help her out. She's not working. Her mother passed away in that house previously, right? So you have to help her. Duh. The fuck? I didn't get it. Oh yeah. So anyways, I knew he was gonna help her. It was just so cute. And then David was just showing all these different sign language of like, sex positions. Because, Statler, U.S. Postal Service was just so eager to like know like, hey, what sex position is this? What sex position is that? Because, she just loves to be in everyone's box. Everyone's box. All right, and then we go to Rasmin and Amanda. I'm going out of order on purpose because I want to save this couple for last. Because I'm going to have a little moment. So I was just like, all right, let me save this couple for last. So Rasmin and Amanda, they're not together, Avi. I knew they weren't going to be together. Like, so then Amanda's sister came on the screen and she was mentioning that, like, oh, Amanda was like talking to this guy on social media, whatever. Like, it was something until it wasn't. And so Amanda was just telling her sister, relax, relax, relax. It was like low key giving, sis, do not spill my fucking tea on national TV right now. I have an image to rebuild. I know she be looking on X. Oh, I didn't even say Twitter this time. I said X. Okay. Ooh, child. I know she was on X, was just like, yo, like looking at all the comments and everything else, like seeing all these people talk hella shit about her. It was like crazy. So she was just like, yo, sis, like, don't be spilling my tea right now. But her sister was just like, yeah, she was talking to this guy until it wasn't. And then that's when Amanda mentioned, was like, oh, well, this guy is someone who is a friend. Of course, he's a friend. And they say he's just a friend. And they say he's just a friend. I have a lot of great friends too, girl. Don't worry. So then she mentioned that it was just like a friend, right? And then so Amanda basically mentioned that like every time she would have issues and arguments with Rasmin, that her and this friend will talk about it and he would give her advice and X, Y, and Z. What am I supposed to say to that? Like honestly, what can you say what can you say to that? And then Rasmus was just like, yeah, so I'm coming to the U.S. or whatever the case may be. I'm coming. He basically saying he's coming twice, like 2 times. So the first time he's coming to the U.S. is like in a couple of months or so for some visa, and then then he's gonna apply for another visa, and then he's gonna ask if he could stay. Something for artists. I don't know. Content creator. I don't know. Like, so he's coming for an artist visa. And then he asked Amanda, was like, hey, can I stay with you and your family? And Amanda said, absolutely not, which is not surprising because she doesn't fuck with him anymore. Like, she doesn't like him. She doesn't want to be with him. Like, how does it feel? You break up with someone and then they ask you to live with them. Yo, if Rasmin was like in the US, he looks like the type of man that would ask you for $20. He's like, hey, can you cash out me $20? I just need something to eat real quick. Da 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 da. Like I promise I'll pay you back. And then you just keep giving him money, and then you just never hear from him ever again. Bum. But maybe that's just me. But that's what it was giving. It's just like you apply for this visa, so you don't have a plan to like stay anywhere else. You can't find an Airbnb. You have no family. You don't have any other artists. Like you can't stay at a hostel. You can't do any of that. You want to stay with Amanda? Red flag. Did I talk about anything I want to talk about? Let's see. Okay, so can we get to okay? Now we're gonna talk about Christian and Cleo. They are so stressful. This relationship is so stressful. This relationship is toxic. And honestly, fuck. But I like Cleo though, you know what I mean? So I kind of want to see her back or whatever. whatever, but Christian is just such a walking red flag. He wants attention so bad. You know what? Christian is the type of guy. Christian is just like, yeah, I talk to women like they're human beings. Like, well, of course they're human beings. What are we, endangered species? Like, he's like, oh yeah, I just talk to women. Oh, you guys think that I'm friendly. So, like, all of the women in this, like, in the room, pretty much, including Jane. Oh yeah, so Cleo's friend Jane, best friend Jane, was on the screen. They was just like, yo, you a narc, you ain't shit, you ain't nothing but a bullshit ass motherfucker. like they're over here talking shit about him. Like Statler was just like, your best friend is the person in the mirror. I was like, ooh. You know, Statler, ooh. Say what you want. She is toxic, but she is the type of friend that I would like literally be like, girl, just come with me and just like talk shit about this person real quick, and then we could just figure it out later. You know what I mean? So they're just like, oh, so are you guys still together? And like, yeah, we're still together. When's the last time you guys met up? Oh, I just came back from Christian's place like 3 days ago. It was amazing. Cleo was glowing. You know, they just hooked up. They probably, and she was there for a month. She was there for a month. So you could only imagine. She's glowing. Her arms are looking more toned. Like, she probably was just, all right, let me shut up. 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 They were having sex like crazy. It's so obvious. I'm looking at Cleo's face and I'm just like, she's stigmatized. She's stigmatized. There's no way. Like, I don't know if Christian is like the first guy that she's ever been with that's just been like out in the open with her and just like introduced her to her family. I don't know if this is like her first like real relationship as this person, but that's what it's giving. And it's giving that she's stigmatized because the red flags are there. The red flags are so there. Stevie Wonder could see that shit right now. He's just like, hey, color. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that Cleo doesn't see it, it's just like, yo, it has to be the intimacy. It has to be. Because there's just no way. It can't. Like, there's just no way. Like, and I don't want to hear like, oh yeah, well, you know, she's this, and that. Like, she gets attached easily. No, it's the dick. It's the ping for me. She loves it. He must be doing some crazy ass shit to her that she hasn't experienced in her life. Because, all right, let me get to it. Let me get to it. Christian introduced Cleo to all his family members, but only to the women. The reason why he didn't introduce the male species was because they're bigots. They're ignorant. They are not accepting with the LGBTQ plus community. They're just not. And he said that he doesn't want Cleo around that energy. Okay, that's fine. Jane comes on the screen, the best friend. And Jane basically tells everyone that Christian is a walking red flag. She tried to say it all nicely and stuff like that, but that's pretty much what she said. Side note, I was so distracted when the screen went into Jane. Like, when it like showed her like face or whatever, I was just seeing her cats. They were just taking turns looking out the window. I was just like, girl, your cats are all over the place. Side note, I thought about getting a cat. I'm still thinking about it, but I don't know. I have a lot of wallpaper, and I don't want no cat fucking that shit up because if I want a cat, I want a cat to be chill. Like, you know, if I'm ready to go to sleep, the cat's ready to go to sleep. It can sleep at the end of the bed, you know. But anyways, so Christian talks about that, and then He was conversing with a woman at the bar, an American woman in London. Well, whatever. Was she in London? Is she in London? I think so. In London, right? So Christian comes in there like a creep, like, hey, I'm Christian. I have this bootleg ass fan page or group or whatever that me and my friends just come up with because we live in a small town and we're bored and we have nothing else to do with our lives. So we call what did he call themselves? He called themselves I didn't even write it down because it sounded so ridiculous. I was just like, it just rhymes with sty. Like a sty in your eye, yeah. And so he's like, yeah, like I have one of those fan groups. And he was just like, yeah, so if we say that we want to get laid, like we have a code word for getting laid. I haven't had a code word since I was like living at my parents' house and I was talking to my phones with my friends. Like, are you for reals? Are we serious right now? This is like a thing. Okay, cool. All right, good. So then fast forward to that, Christian is like, yeah, so I look forward to going to London. But, before I do, I want to make sure that I ask you a very important question. Then it went to commercial break. I have it saved on DVR, like I mentioned before. And let me tell you something. I was like, he better not ask her to marry him. He better not ask her to marry him. You get what I'm saying? And so I went to the bathroom. I came back. I relaxed. I sat down and I fast forward. And so Christian was just like, will you marry me? Are you open to marrying me? And would you be with me and live with me? And Cleo's just like, so then Riley on the side was just like, is this a proposal? And then so then Riley's gassing him the fuck. Yo, he's gassing the shit out of him. Just like, boy, you better stand up and you better. Where's the ring? And he's like, no, this is not a proposal because I want to do it in person. I want to do it right. And so he's just like, I want to know that would you be open to the idea of marrying me and moving to the U.S.? She's like, baby, you are the sun to my moon. You are the water to the sand. You are the black to my white. You are the sweet to my savory. Of course I will marry you. You are everything to me. And I was just looking at her like, girl, she don't want to be saved. Let's don't save her because she doesn't want to be saved. And so her friend Jane was just like, I'm shattered. Yo, I said, me too, Jane. Me too. I'm shattered too because it just makes no sense to me. Oh, mind you, even before that, they brought the chick from the bar, right? So the chick at the bar, she came over there. She's a cute girl. I ain't gonna hold you. She's cute. She was just like, oh, well, if I didn't know about, if Christian didn't mention his girlfriend, I wouldn't even known that he had one. I just thought that he was flirting with me. And Christian is over here low-key. You saw the way that Christian looked at that woman? He wanted her so bad. So bad. Why else would a guy go to a bar? Okay, so I've been there. I've been to bars by myself at times. A lot of times, actually. And I would meet people there. I'll talk to them and stuff like that. And then we'll go on our ways and we'll never see each other again. But I'll always remember, hey, I was at the bar one time and I had a great conversation with X, Y, and Z. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, what's your social media? Thirsty. He asked for this woman's social media. He's like, hey, grabbed his phone, was just like, why? What's the point? Are you looking for advice? Are you looking for a job? Are you looking for prayer? There should be no reason why you want this woman's social media if you have a woman at home. Why? But Christian is just a thirsty. He's a wannabe fuckboy. And it's just so frustrating. And it's like, I look at him and I'm just like, he's not even cute. You get what I'm saying? Christian is like the ugly person at the bar who is going to talk to the baddest bitch in the room. And she's looking at him like, are you freaking serious right now? Are you for reals? Like, you really came up to me to talk to me? Because his ego and his confidence level is to the roof. So he is just like, yo, I'm going to just talk to everybody. And he's going to use the excuse that he's a friendly person to justify his actions. But let's think about this. If this woman was to say, oh, you have a girlfriend? I don't give a fuck. Why don't you come to my flat for more beers? You think Christian's going to go? Of course he's going to go. What? Of course he's going to go. Christian is the type of guy who's just like, I'm not cheating. She sucked me off. I didn't do anything to her. She kissed me. I didn't kiss her back. She rubbed my back. I didn't rub her. I didn't touch her. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm an innocent bystander. I just treat women like they're equal. BS. Straight up BS. Cleo, if you marry this man, yeah, I need to start reviewing like Housewives or some bullshit because this is just too much. And side note, Cleo, you over here trying to defend Christian. See, this is why when it comes to relationships, you have to make sure what you tell your friends or your family, okay? Because if you're not going to leave your partner, it's best to, like, any issues that you have going on in your relationship, keep that amongst yourselves. Keep that between you and your partner. Because once your family hears that other shit is happening within you guys' relationship, they're going to be pissed. They are going to hate your partner. They're never going to forgive your partner for all the fucked up things that they've done to you and how they had to be there and take time out of their day to comfort you, right? So how do you expect your friend to see that you're being treated misfairly? Just say, oh, forget about all that happens. She's happy. She's in love. No, if someone really genuinely cares about you and loves you, they're not gonna do that. That's not how it works. They're gonna be like, what? So you're just gonna take this person back so easily? And so we're just gonna forget about all the women that he hit up, all the things that he said, lied about being intimate with you, and everything else. I hope the relationship between Cleo and James is not shattered from this relationship because look at me saying shattered. Hey, yo, but like I hope it doesn't affect their relationship at all because that would be very sad because Jane was a real one. Like for real. She saw Christian for who he was. Ain't shit. Period. Like it was really sad to watch and yeah, I really wish her the best. Damn, do you think they're gonna get married? Let me know if you think they're gonna get married. If they get married, oh my god, if they get married. he is going to literally soak up all her energy and break the shit out of her. He's going to break her. She's not going to be the same person who she was. And so you're going to move her to the US, away from her friends, away from her family. Why? Why would you do that? And then you're going to continue talking to other women, but you're going to be like, this is just me. This is just who I am. That's your excuse. I hate it. I really do. Like, I don't know. TLC keep filming because I really want to see what's next with this couple. But it was just very sad to see, you know? It was very sad to see. But anyhow, so that was my review. I'm gonna review a little bit more shows. I wanted to do Salt Lake City, but it's like episode 5, and kind of late to the party. But anyways, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know your thoughts of the couples. 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 days tell off. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.